That's how you do it. Welcome back to the channel. I hope y'all had a spectacular day. I know I have. I've had a great day. We've had a great weekend so far of NBA basketball, and I'm not going to hold y'all. There's been some great games going on. There's been some great performances. We've had an opportunity to see some teams playing across the NBA, but you know what time it is, and you know exactly why you're here, to see your Denver Nuggets square off against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Yo, let me talk to him. Y'all. Welcome back to the channel. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share the video. We are on our way to 10,000 subscribers. We growing like crazy. We growing fast. Hit the subscribe button, you all. Y'all, this was a spectacular day. This was a great day. The Denver Nuggets beat the OKC Thunder 122 to 117. And as you can see in the thumbnail, Nikola Jokic dropped his second straight triple-double with 19 points, 16 rebounds, and 13 assists tonight, tying the all-time record for triple-doubles for a center with Wilt Chamberlain with 78 career triple-doubles in over 500 less games. Tonight, Nikola Jokic was serious. Tonight, Nikola Jokic made sure to take care of business. And then what was funny about it was this was such a unique game from Jokic, and here's why. The OKC Thunder tonight, they made it their mission that they were not going to let Jokic destroy them. They doubled him on every opportunity they had, basically all the way up until about 3 minutes left into the fourth quarter, because in their mind, they did not want Jokic to cook them, and they didn't want to put them in an opportunity where they can't contain the post at all. And so what they did was they doubled Jokic throughout the entirety of the game, really to the point where Jokic in the first half hadn't done a lot statistically. In the first half, Nikola Jokic only had 4 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists on 2 of 3 shooting. And then by the end of the third, he had 11 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. He had a triple-double through the third quarter. But then again, in the fourth quarter, the situation changed, the game plan changed, and eventually they started feeding Jokic, and he started making a lot of some of those floaters. He made a three-pointer. So Jokic turned it up in the fourth quarter, so you got the numbers that you got, which again, before, when the game was going on, basically in the first quarter, first half, I put a little estimate out there. I think, what do you think the under-over is for Jokic in terms of finishing over 15 points today? And you know, in one of them games where you felt like, I don't know if y'all remember the Portland Trailblazers game in Portland last year where he had 8 points, he had 18 rebounds and 10 assists, and he didn't play in the fourth quarter. And even similarly, when he only played with Milwaukee Bucks and he played only through the third quarter, he had 18, 15, and 10. And he could have came back and just jumped those numbers up even more. But again, you know, it depends on the flow of the game. And today, I'm not going to hold y'all. The OKC Thunder just had no answer, and so they decided they wanted to make the Denver Nuggets roster a roster full of shooters. But as everybody knows, that the Denver Nuggets this year have a different roster. They're set up completely different. Last year, Monte Morris, Will Barton, Aaron Gordon, Jeff Green, sure. You double Jokic, you're going to have a lot of issues. But offensively, because there's so many options now, it presents a lot of unique opportunity. So Nikola Jokic tonight, he had 13 dimers, including some incredible post-corner passes. He had one where he turned over his left shoulder on the left post, and he did a bounce pass to the corner to Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who we're absolutely going to talk about tonight. So he has some really, really, really dope passes today. And they turned him into a playmaker, and they turned him into a heavy passer, and this is what you get. Nikola Jokic had 19, 16, and 13 on 60% shooting, 1-on-1 from 3, and he was also 6 of 9 from the line, which was not great, actually, because he actually could have been a lot better today. But I want to read this to you. So through 3 games so far, Nikola Jokic is averaging 24, 10.7 rebounds, 9.7 assists, and he's shooting through 3 games, again, versus, you know, the Utah Jazz, the Golden State Warriors, OKC Thunder. He's shooting 62.5% from the field. He's shooting 50% from 3, and he's shooting 86% from the free throw line. It was dropped because of today. And he also, again, he's a plus 10 on the season as well. So Jokic in large part, that plus minus has improved because, the first couple of games, they were kind of slow. But he was a plus 18 tonight. So they really, really, really started to take it up a notch tonight as a starting unit. And we're going to talk about them collectively as a whole. But obviously, I want to give a shout out to Jokic for crossing this milestone. Throughout NBA history, we didn't think there was going to be another center that would be able to have the conversation with Wilt and putting up the sheer numbers that he's put up. Jokic's career numbers are most likened to Larry Bird and to Wilt Chamberlain when it comes to categories like this. And so for him to cross this threshold at 27 years old, when, again, he didn't get a lot of playing time until about 2016 or so. So for him to have done this so early in his career, it just shows you how special of a player he is. And I think because of Russell Westbrook, because of Luka Doncic in some way, and also because of LeBron James, people have this idea with the triple-double that, like, a lot of people can get him. It's just like a cumulative stat. If you're heavy usage, you can get it. But actually, it's just not true. Jokic is not a heavy usage player. He's a heavy touch player, but he doesn't hold the ball. But he also doesn't hunt for triple-doubles because, again, he's missed many, many, many of them by one dribble, by one assist or one rebound or 2 points, and he's just decided he doesn't want to go back in the game and get it. So for Jokic to cross this threshold so young is historical. He's a generational talent, which is why, again, I think he's the best player in the NBA for many reasons. The pace, the shot making, all of it, the playmaking, everything, the way he's able to elevate. So this roster, though, is so uniquely fit around him and his skill sets and the things that he does well and the things he doesn't do well, like playing rim defense, protecting in isolation. So really great game from Jokic today. He turned it up when he needed to, so they get a well-deserved break from Sunday. Then they got to play again on Monday. But who I want to talk about next, man? I'm going to go Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, man, because he has to be talked about. I put a tweet up earlier. I do not know. I have no idea what the LA Lakers were thinking when they let Kentavious Caldwell-Pope go. I have no idea what they were thinking. I know they wanted to get Russell Westbrook, so they gave up Caruso. They gave up Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. But he is everything that you could want from a two guard that fits in this kind of offense. He's a heavy defensive-oriented player, and he's a role player who knows his role to a T. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope tonight had 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists on 6 of 12 from the field, 5 of 9 from the three-point line, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, and he also was a plus 16 tonight. Plus 16. So Jokic was a plus 18. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, their fifth addition to the starting unit, he was a plus 16, and he shot 50% from the field and over 50% from three, and he was moving around on defense. Now, he had a very difficult matchup today, an extremely difficult matchup. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is like that. When he gets a chance to be on a contender, man, he's going to be a special player. Tonight, Shai had 28 points, 3 rebounds, and 7 assists on 11 of 24 shooting and 1 of 5 from 3. He was a -6 tonight, but again, look at who he's playing with. Look at the competition that he's playing with. So I think the thing is, Shai had a good game. It got less efficient as the game went on. But Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in the starting unit took a lot of responsibility to try to do a man-on-man coverage of him. Now, they had a lot of defensive lapses in this game. And Kentavious Caldwell-Pope had 2 big turnovers because he tried to run a transition and he tried to pass the ball in the air, which everybody knows. When you're a guard, you are taught very early when you're in high school, when you're in middle school, do not leave your feet with the ball in your hand. Don't leave the feet with the ball in your hand because you could get in situations like KCP got into. And so thankfully, they were able to overcome it because they had some points that they gave up. And then on top of that, he actually missed an open layup in transition, a contested layup in transition. So there were some moments that he could have been better offensively, but defensively, he was really making a lot of moves. Now, KCP, he will get fouls like on closeouts at times, but actually I don't mind that because if you're that aggressive getting out to the spot and beating the defender to the spot where your hands get in the cookie jar or you get physically in the way, I don't mind that. And so I actually really like his defense tonight. Shai, again, 11 of 24. Not great efficiency. It's good efficiency. I mean, it could have been better. And had KCP and Bruce Brown and Aaron Gordon not been there, and Christian Brown, it would have been better. But historically, KCP would have done even better versus the previous iteration of the Denver Nuggets. And so for KCP to be here tonight, again, that's just great output, man. That's really good output. 21 points, 5 rebounds. And then, matter of fact, no, I got it wrong. Matter of fact, KCP had 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists on 7 of 13 shooting, over 50%. They updated it. And he also shot 6 of 10. 6 of 10 from the three-point line, so 60%. So KCP was even better. He was even better than first noted. 21, 5, and 2 on 7 of 13, 6 of 10. So shout out KCP. This is back-to-back games. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull this up for y'all, because he had a really good, efficient night tonight. But yesterday versus Golden State, he also played really well as well. Versus Golden State, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope had 17, 4, and 1 on 7 of 14 shooting and 3 of 6 from the three-point line. So he's shooting over 50% from the field and in three-point line the last 2 games of the season, which is huge from your 5th starter. So shout out to KCP tonight. And I'm going to get straight to it. Michael Porter Jr., y'all know what time it is. You know what the kind of count this is. You know what we've been saying about Michael Porter Jr. since we launched this platform in December 2020. I think he's like that. I think when he's healthy, he's like that. I think when he's healthy, he is absolutely one of the dudes that is ready to go at all times, that can score from anywhere. He is an elite offensive player. And people might say that he doesn't do great on-ball creation, but he can do it in spots, and he did it at times today. He got to the rim, made some clutch shots. Michael Porter Jr. tonight had 22 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 8 of 15 from the field, 5 of 10 for 2 straight games, 5 of 10 from the three-point line. He was 1-on-1 from the free throw line with 1 steal, 1 block, and he was a game high plus 20. Michael Porter Jr. was a game high plus 20 tonight. So some of you might be thinking to yourself, why was I so down on Michael Porter Jr.? And I get it. He's still learning some defensive keys. He's still learning defensive responsibilities. He's still learning how to be consistent defensively. But what I can tell you is that Michael Porter Jr. has absolutely bought into a system. He has absolutely bought into a system offensively. He is making smart judgments. He is reading his responsibilities and his keys very well. He's locking in where he's supposed to be, and he is shooting well and timely shots. He's with the second unit, not ball hogging, but hitting wide open shots. Again, he started off 1 of 6 from 3. He started off 1 of 6 from 3, I believe. And then he ended up 5 of 10. I think he started off 1 of 6 from 3 and 5 of 10. I think he made 4 straight three-pointers to close out the game. So 22 and 6 and 1 from your third option, and really right now maybe your second option while Jamal Murray is getting fully healthy and reintegrated. So just really valuable minutes for Michael Porter Jr. He was excellent tonight. He had a couple of good defensive possessions in there as well. He was trying to rotate. He was diving on the ground. He had an and one today on Lou Dort. And you know what? Again, when you want to see Michael Porter Jr. fall and for him to get up, act like nothing happened, it just goes to show you. He did that in the 2019-20 year as well when he was fully healthy. And so right now we're in a similar situation where it looks like, Lord willing, he stays healthy, man. He's going to be on a tear this year, and he's just absolutely been cooking people. The first 3 games of the year, he's been cooking. And he just really has a lot of special talents to him. I love that he's getting so invested in the scheme and trying to fit what the coaching staff is asking from him as well. So far this season, he's averaging 18, 6, and 1. And he's shooting 51% from the field, 50% from 3, and 80% from the line. And he is a plus 14 on the season. And again, he was integral to why they beat the Golden State Warriors last night. And he was integral to why they're able to beat the OKC Thunder today. So give him his flowers. He's playing really well. Shout out to Michael Porter Jr. for real, man. That's big time play for him. Next, I'm going to talk about Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon had 11 points and 10 rebounds. Another great rebounding night. 2 of 3 nights, he's actually rebounded very well. He had 2 assists. He was only 3 of 9 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, and made 1 today. He was 4 of 8 from the free throw line. Not great. He had 3 blocks, though. Good rim protection tonight. He was a plus 19. He actually played really good defense on SGA. He actually played really good defense on a couple people today. He had got locked up on Poku at times. He played Josh Giddey very well today. Trey, he also played well again today. It's just a lot of possessions, man. I think the uniqueness of AG is that Now that AG doesn't have to be the primary guard defender, he's a luxury to have defending guards, but he's an asset to have defending wings. So he really leaned in to Josh Giddey today. And Josh Giddey had 19, 12, and 6, and he was shot 8 of 17 from the field and 2 of 4 from 3. He was a minus 17. He can't guard anybody. He has some really, really nice spots in this game, though, where he played well. And I see some OKC Thunder people, and they already said that SGA played a really good game. He had 28, 3 and 7, 11 to 24. He's an elite driver to basketball. When he gets in between that 6 to 10 foot area, that fadeaway jumper he does a really good job of leaning his shoulder into you when he's getting pressure and then doing a spin out or fading away and getting a nice little bucket. He hits really efficient shots in the paint. So I already talked about SGA. That's enough of SGA, but he's really good. Somebody had the audacity to bring up SGA comparing to Jamal Murray on Twitter, but look, there's nothing to talk about with Jamal right now other than what I'm going to say because he's still getting fully invested. But great game from AG. But y'all, let's get to the man of the hour. Jamal Murray. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back, Jamal Murray to Denver, Colorado. You know we missed you. Jamal Murray tonight in only 28 minutes had 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists on 6 to 12 shooting, 50% from the field, 1 of 4 from the three-point line. And then he also shot 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He had 2 steals, and he was a plus 10 tonight. He was a plus 10. Now, to be fair, his plus minus went down because he was also with the bench at times and trying to help them, and they were just not good today. But the starters, all the way around, were good. Jamal Murray looked the cleanest he's looked from the Jazz game to this game. Jamal Murray was hitting some nice contested fadeaway jumpers. He hit some wide open mid-range jumpers, had a really key three on a nice little kick out when they were running a zone. Jamal played good defense tonight actually as well. Again, Jamal, all of this is getting fully confident. I mean, when he was in pick and roll with Jokic today, historically, Jamal Murray would have pulled up a three-pointer on that, or he would have had a nice little midi. He had some one-leggers. He was attacking the rim today, so he got to the rim and actually got fouled a couple times. So he was moving very well. I think a lot of this, though, like I said, it's going to take 10 to 15 games, I think, for him to get adjusted to the speed. But then like I said, by the time you get to December, January, he'll be the Jamal that we've come to know and expect all-star level play from. So I think it's just going to take a little bit more time. But Jamal played well today. I was really encouraged to see him running that two-man game. I think that for instance, he had a transition today. I don't know, again, this is for like a lot of diehards in here. You might remember the Chicago Bulls game. This was in the 2020-2021 season, and it was in Chicago. Jamal Murray, when they were going on a nice little run, he had a kick out in transition from Nikola Jokic that led into as soon as Murray caught it on the right wing, he literally caught the ball and shot it, and it went straight in, like nothing but net. Even the Chicago Bulls announcers were just shocked that he shot it. That's the kind of confidence that he had, before he got hurt. And he had an opportunity to do something like that again today, and he didn't do it. And in large part, like I said, I just think for Jamal, he's just still getting used to playing basketball again with his team. But he looked good today, and this is the best he's looked. I'm actually really encouraged. I'm really encouraged to see how he looked today. And I'm glad that he's getting reintegrated, and I think he'll be able to play next game because they have a day off between games. And Jamal Murray talked about this. It's just managing some of that soreness with the knee. Because when you're getting used to playing basketball again or playing sport again, like in the NFL or college football, it's the same thing. You have to let your body has to get used to the pounding and your tendons and your joints and your ligaments, all of that stuff, being used to the physicality of playing basketball or playing sports as a whole. So he's going to be a little sore, but he played a good game today. Now, the Denver Nuggets defense hasn't really shown up yet, but here's the thing. I think what I am most impressed about is that they've been getting key stops at times. But the other side of this is the Denver Nuggets, I think, they have communication issues, not talent issues. So they've had communication issues when they came out of a timeout with Michael Malone, for instance, they were supposed to run. It looks like maybe even the zone got confused, and then I ended up getting a cutter to the basket for a wide open layup. So they got out of a timeout, got confused, gave up a layup, and then Michael Malone immediately called a timeout right after that to fix the defense. So, yeah, the defense hasn't been there as well. Like, they're just not moving as crisp. But for me, it looks like a connectivity issue and a chemistry issue. Because again, it doesn't look like it's a talent discrepancy because they have the defender, and you can see that they're getting stops at times. But it's just being able to do that on a consistent basis that is the problem thus far. But I do think that by game 30, game 35, I think a lot of those communication issues will go away. I really do. I think a lot of those communication issues will go away because they'll have the practice with each other. So really, really great game. Really, really great game. Now I want to get to the bench. Let's start off with the good. Christian Braun and Bruce Brown were the first two people off the bench, and that goes to show you that Christian Braun looks like he is in Michael Malone's trust circle. Christian Braun has shown that he is a very, very competitive defender who is not just competitive, but also a very good defender. Like, for a rookie, he's a very good defender, but for NBA terms, he's also shown that he's been a very good defender. Okay, he took opportunities on the SGA tonight. He took some opportunities to guard some quick, fast players like Man, and he showed up and he stepped up. Christian Braun was excellent tonight. Christian Braun had 9 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. He was 3 of 5 from the field. He was 3 of 4 from the three-point line. He had 1 block, 1 steal. Now, he was a minus 14, but the entire bench wasn't a minus. But when he was with the starters, he actually looked really good, and he slotted in really well. And those 3 three-pointers he had tonight were all crucial. They were all critical three-pointers. Tonight, the Denver Nuggets shot 49% from the field, and they shot 53% from the three-point line on 20 of 38 shooting. And that's because OKC, they were doubling Jokic hard. And so that opened up a lot of other opportunities for the Nuggets, and they have a lot of knockdown shooters, and Christian Braun was one of them tonight. So huge shout out to Christian Braun. For you to be this early into your NBA career and you're already getting key rotation minutes on a contending team over players like Davon Reed, who did not play basketball tonight, whew, that says a lot. That says a lot. And Christian Braun, he should be very proud of what he's done so far, but this also shows the expectation is that you're going to play elite defense throughout the year. And Michael Malone is going to trust you in tough spots against some really good players. You had Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Jordan Poole last night, and tonight you had SGA and some other, developing young players as well. But you got some tall tasks coming up here soon, and you're going to be called upon to get the job done. And he is getting the job done so far, and it's so much to where he pushed Davon Reed out of the rotation tonight. So really, really good job from Christian Braun today. Bruce Brown, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 of 8 from the field after going 8 of 10 last night versus the Warriors. 1 of 3 from the three-point line, missed both of his free throws. Don't love that. Did have a really nice block. He was a -5. He was a -5 because he played with the bench, but he was a very much a positive when he played with the starters. So Bruce Brown's defense has been incredible. Once again, man, it's going to be communication that has to get fixed. It's no longer a talent issue. So it's just figuring out how to do this. And again, I don't think they're going to take the leap that the Celtics took. Michael Malone thinks that they're going to be top 5. He wants them to be top 5. So based on what he said, if they're going to take a Celtics leap, basically where they went from not great defense to the number 1 defense in the NBA from January through April and then through the playoffs, then that's what it's going to take. It's going to take a philosophy, a buy-in, and competitiveness on that end of the court. And I think they can get there. But again, that's just going to take them really buying into some defensive principles they're struggling with so far. But huge from Christian Braun and Bruce Brown tonight. Jeff Green was excellent tonight. 14 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists. He was 5 of 5 from the field. 3 of 3 from 2-point range. He was 2 of 2 from the three-point line. He was 2 of 4 from the free throw line. And he also was a -14 with the bench. But Jeff Green hit some really, really good shots tonight. And again, just so y'all understand, the bench was a -10, -15, -14, -14, -5. They did not play well collectively today. And Jeff Green, again, made some really good shots to keep them afloat. Bones Highland didn't have a great game today. He was 0 of 5, 1 point, 1 rebound, 3 assists, and 0 of 1 from 3 and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. So really bad game from Bones Highland tonight. But again, young player, inconsistency. Great game versus the Warriors. Not so great game versus the Utah Jazz. And then a not great game at all versus the OKC Thunder. So this is what happens when you're young. And he did this last year. And then after the All-Star break, he took a leap himself. So as long as he continues to get more confident, I think he's going to be just fine. So, I expect him to bounce back next game. Zeke Naji also got to start off the bench over DeAndre Jordan, who did not touch the court tonight. He had 4 points. He had no rebounds and no assists in 9 minutes, which is why they were a -10. 0 rebounds That's not good. 2 or 3 from the field, though. But that's it. All he had was a turnover and 4 points. And you're a backup center. DeAndre Jordan had 9 points and 5 rebounds versus the Warriors. You had 4 points and no rebounds. You can't do that. Backup center, 6'11", you can't do that. So not a great day from the bench as a whole. But like I said, the starters, they look like they're one of the best starting. Honestly, they're going to be top 2 or 3 best starting units in the NBA this year, especially once they figure it out. Offensively, they're just cooking right now. 78 triple-double for Nikola Jokic, ties Wilt Chamberlain. It's just a great, great overall performance from the starters tonight. Like I said, plus 18, plus 16, plus 19, plus 20, plus 10. The next game the Denver Nuggets have, though, they play against the Portland Trailblazers, who are currently 2-0, and they play on NBA TV. So you're going to see Damian Lillard, you're going to see Gary Payton II, you're going to see Jeremy Grant, Anthony Simons, and Yusuf Nurkic. And the Denver Nuggets are going to have to show up, and they have an opportunity to continue to build on this nice little early season win streak that they have started so far. So really, really great game from the Denver Nuggets. Shout out to them. This is really good basketball the last couple of days. Now, they got some stuff they got to pick up, got some stuff they can continue to learn, continue to invest in the defense, but I think everything is there. But huge shout out to Nikola Jokic. Shout out to Jamal Murray in his homecoming. Michael Porter Jr., 22-6, shooting 5 of 10 from the three-point line again. Shout out to the squad, y'all. They are on the move. Hey, y'all, I'm Swiper Cam. This is Swiper. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share the video, let the people know what time it is, y'all. And y'all already know. We will see y'all soon.